If you're missing one piece, you're missing all the pieces. I mean, recently in New York, I took a client of mine into Universal Records to go see an A&R exec over there. And the first thing he did, walked in, he looked at it. Want to see what she looked like. Want to see the impression she made. Want to see the look. Want to see how she was presenting herself. She's a client of mine, so she was okay. And then he puts in the record. Listens to maybe 45 seconds of the first track. Then maybe skips ahead. Then skips ahead again. Then he puts in the live performance footage. Wants to see her live. The whole time he's looking for a reason to say no. He's looking for a reason to end the meeting. So then everything's okay, still there, still doing all right. So then, bam, puts her on the spot immediately. Sing. Hope you're warmed up. And then after that, he makes a phone call. Gets his boss on the phone. And then we got to go upstairs, and she's got to do the entire thing all over for her. So she wasn't nervous already, maybe getting a little nervous now, but she did just fine. But the thing is that no matter who you're trying to reach, whether it's record labels, major or indie, booking agents, MTV, radio programmers, journalists, people are just looking for a reason to say no. And so you've got to make sure that you're not missing any pieces so that you give yourself the greatest chance for success. So 3 things I want to tell you guys tonight. One is that you can. You can achieve your dreams. I've seen other people do it. You can do it too. But only by being realistic about where you are today, what you need to do over the next week, month, year in order to get to where you want to be. I'm going to go into a little bit more about that in just a minute. Second thing I want to do is just tell you just a little bit more about my story. Because I feel like it's important. How can you really know, how can you really believe someone unless you know a little bit more about what's up with them? How can you even let people into your story and what you're telling? And I feel like it's so important to not only be in the right place at the right time, but to be the right person in the right place at the right time. So I want to tell you just a little bit more about me in a second. And then third, I want to give you just a little bit of a preview into what's in my book, what's in my audio CD, and a little bit about what my coaching packages are like. But like I said before, regardless of whether you decide to purchase anything at all tonight, I really do want to give you guys some things that are going to make a difference in what you're up to. So just a little bit more about me. I'm a guy from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Okay? All right.
From New Orleans.
Awesome. Who always wanted to split his time between New York and LA, like I do now. It took me till I was 22 to get to New York for the first time. Had to take a plane to Virginia and then a train up from there to get there for the first time. I'll never forget rolling into Penn Station for the very first time. Feeling the energy of the city and all the huge buildings. I mean, growing up just being in New Orleans, I thought those were big buildings. And so, I got there. I wanted to work in entertainment, but I had no idea how or where to start. And so for 4 years, I worked in a variety of different jobs. Everything from hardcore corporate sales, where I had to keep my hair really short and wear a suit and tie every day, to a brief stint in fashion, to working for a new media company in business development. But for 4 years, what I was really doing is mostly working on myself. Working on my skills in marketing, my skills in relationship building, building up my network of contacts. And so finally, through one of those relationships, I had an opportunity. It was to go to work in a new division of Wilhelmina Models in New York that represented music artists. And so overnight, at 26 years old, I became Brandy's agent, doing things like renegotiating a CoverGirl deal and working on a Barbie doll deal. A year later, the guy that hired me left to go run all the marketing over at Maxim Magazine, and then I got stepped up to run everything we were doing on the music side. And then I personally signed Usher, Eve, and Jessica Simpson. We're already working with the girls of Destiny's Child and Beyonce. And so I got to do all kinds of amazing things. Got to be with them on the red carpet at the Grammys and the VMAs. I got to negotiate multi-million-dollar endorsement agreements like Beyonce's L'Oreal deal. I got to guide Usher around for New York Fashion Week, taking him to all the fashion shows and the right after parties so that he could be positioned in the right way for his clothing line and his fragrance line. One of my personal rock star moments was being with Usher when we were at Stella McCartney's after party, where he was singing karaoke to his own song in between Stella McCartney and Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah, if you're wondering, I had a great time. Okay, I was running the celebrity and music division for one of the top modeling agencies around. So it was out 4 or 5 nights a week at different hoity-toity parties and fashion events and record release parties and movie premieres. And you know what? On the outside, it looked great. On the inside, I was dying to offer more to people.
You were what?
I was dying to offer more to people. It's what's since given me the courage to leave that situation behind. When people heard that I was leaving Wilhelmina to be a personal life coach, they thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't you think that? But I got to tell you, I prefer the life that I have now much more than the one I had then. One of the things that just fires me up the most is being able to work with more raw talent, being able to have an impact on their entire life from the inside out, not just some of the imaging stuff I was doing before. But it was definitely a great learning ground and provided so many lessons for me on the imaging side, on the expertise side, and what I do with the music. But the thing is that I never would have had any of those opportunities had I not worked on myself first. Yeah, I had an opportunity when I first got that opportunity at Wilhelmina. But I worked very hard to make sure that I could be the right person to take advantage of that opportunity. And so the question that I have for you tonight is that when your opportunity comes, are you going to be the right person to take advantage of it? And let's explore what I mean by talking about being the right person, by talking about some of your favorite stars. So I really want to hear from you guys now. You guys will have some guts and be bold with me. Who are, let's see if I can get this thing right. Your all-time favorite stars.
Andre 3000.
Andre 3000, absolutely. Totally qualifies, right?
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
Etta James.
Etta James.
Bob Dylan.
Absolutely.
R. Kelly.
Hold on.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Michael Jackson.
Jay. Who? Yes. She's back doing her thing, isn't she?
John Mayer.
John Lennon.
Okay, hang on. All right. John Lennon, one of my favorites.
John Mayer.
John Mayer, certainly.
Bono.
Yeah.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley. Yes.
Prince.
Prince, without a doubt, right?
Whitney Houston.
Whitney.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
Michael Jackson.
Yes, got MJ right there. Who
Robert
else?
Plant.
Robert Plant. Great.
Yeah, I gotta put Aerosmith up there.
Got it.
I'm just Steve with that.
Then the Stones.
Can't leave the Stones out. All right, so I want you guys to be thinking about your favorite star. And I want you guys to think a little bit, what is it specifically about them that you admire? What specific characteristics and traits make them stand out from everybody else?
Brave.
Wait, hold on, one at a time.
Their music, the delivery in the music.
What about the delivery of the music?
It's passionate, it touches me. It reaches my soul somehow.
Absolutely, right? It's passionate, yes.
Unique.
Bravery.
Sexy.
Oh, hold on 1 second. They're passionate, they're fearless, they were unique. Yes, they are quite unique, aren't they?
Being able to identify ourselves.
Say that again?
Being able to identify ourselves.
Undefinable.
Wait, I think two different things maybe. Oh, is it that same thing? Being
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It would be like definable. Like you could tell an Andre 3000 song when you hear it, or a Bob Dylan
Yep.
song, or Robert Plant.
Definable, absolutely. What else?
Pleasant. Will Smith is
What's that?
pleasant. Like, Will Smith is pleasant.
They're pleasant. Okay.
Humble. Like,
That's a good thing to strive
you know what
for.
I mean? Like,
Stage performance is
What about it?
just singing live, just something, the energy on stage.
They're
That
confident.
I feel as an art,
They've been energy, they're confident, I'm with you.
yeah.
Okay.
Charisma,
Mm-hmm.
they do everything big. That means
Where is sexy, guys? That should be up there with passionate.
Sex appeal.
Sex appeal sells.
Talent, big fellas.
It should be.
Yes, I would think, they have talent. Yes.
it's like the last
Different
All right.
talent in different ways. Like, I
That makes it
So, if you think about your favorite stars, what makes them different from everybody else? What makes them cool? What makes them stand out? Look at the list of traits that we have here. What does this have to do with what you're up to?
They're doing it.
They're being
Just- they're-
something.
Yeah, but what does this have to do with what you're up to?
Well, we gotta look in ourselves.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Well, we gotta look in ourselves.
Yeah, I'm going to say everything, a lot. Look at what you're doing on a daily basis. Are you living with passion? Are you finding your uniqueness? Are you defining what you're up to? Are you confident? Are you going big? Are you developing and cultivating your sex appeal? Do you have charisma? Are you making the most of your talents?
Right.
So I'm going to give you guys what I feel is the secret to success. It's this. It's to be your own rock star. That no matter what you're up to or where you are with your music, that you can be a rock star at it. You can take the pieces, the elements of things that work of the rock stars that came before you, and you can make them your own.
Right.
But in being your own rock star, the key there is the phrase, your own.
Yeah.
It's important in what you do to always express your unique point of view.
Yeah.
It's not just about adopting someone else's style or someone else. It's about seeing how you can make it your own.
Right.
It's a great quote by E.E. Cummings that you guys may know. It goes, to be nobody but yourself. In a world which is doing its best night and day to make you like everyone else, is to fight the hardest battle that any human being can fight. And never stop fighting. And never stop fighting. So what's the world trying to tell you about yourself today? Are you seeking its approval? Or are you being true to yourself and the vision that you have?